Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Walking Between Worlds with Leanne McLaughlin and Diane Adams. I'm Leanne, and you
And
are?
I'm Diane. Process of
Oh,
elimination.
right, exactly. So we aired our first episode last week, but it was actually the second one that we recorded. So we weren't so great about making sure we did our introductions so that everybody knows who is who and what we do. Geez, I rhyme and I don't even didn't even try to today. So I'll start
Such a
off.
comedian.
I'm Leanne McLaughlin, and I'm an intuitive healer and channel. And I do therapies with dolphins. So I do in person actual therapies where I bring people into the water with dolphins to receive healings from them. And I channel messages from your ancestors, your angels, all these beautiful things. And it's a very special therapy. But for those who can't travel to come to see us here in Mexico, we offer a channeled monthly subscription for meditations. And the dolphins deliver their activations and their energy healings through me every month on the portal dates. Like this next one coming up will be 7/7, and then 8/8 is the Lion's Gate, which is the big one. So that's sort of the background of what I do. And so I offer individual healings and work individually by distance as well as when you come here. Diane, you want to talk a little bit about your work?
So I'm Diane Adams, and I have to say I have done a few of Leanne's sessions with the dolphins. Absolutely incredible. And I love your meditations. I just like zone right out.
Thank you.
So for myself, oh boy, there's a lot, but I would say an energy healer facilitator. I do a lot of work long distance, so for different healing. So I'll work on my clients from a distance as well as I do these daily card readings. That's a kind of a new thing. I've done it all my life, but it's just more so publicly that I put it out there and I channel right. And really, I just call myself, I'm an energy facilitator. I just show up and spirit works through me and wherever I'm guided to go.
Very cool. And your daily card readings have been very on point for me personally and for many others. I know you've had some really good feedback. So that's great. And Diane actually gave me a personal tarot reading. It was very much on the fly. I had a lot of stuff unfolding and we were talking on the phone. She's like, let me grab my cards, start shuffling, and things start flying out. And man, thank you, because it really gave me some confirmation of what was coming next. So there, that's who we are. And today
Yes.
we had a chat earlier in the week and we talked a little bit about this. We thought we should bring this up. The difference between being in service and being in sacrifice when we are in the community in the world, so that you can show up um, as a mom, as a healer, as a friend, as a daughter, all of these roles that we play. And what we were talking about was how being in service is a high vibration because this is where we honor ourselves and there's an exchange. And being in sacrifice is really looking for external validation where you give everything of yourself in order to try to help or save or fix someone or something else. And that is not a good vibration to be in because we get depleted and you can't pour from an empty cup. What's your take a little further on that, Diane?
Yeah, so that really is a big one. I don't know if we've been kind of programmed and conditioned to feel that we always have to give and give and not receive back. And the biggest thing about that is in the giving, you need to honor yourself to receive. And it almost can feel one-sided in that regards, but to really honor yourself and honor actually the person who is giving, you need to learn to receive. But we can get so I know when I first started my healing practice, I would give a lot and I'd almost feel guilty that I would be charging monetarily for the services I did. And then over time, I realized I was depleting myself because it's an energy in exchange. So that was a big lesson for me to realize that it's okay to accept. It doesn't have to be all about the money, but accept the exchange of energy. And in our world today, that happened to be monetarily. So life can get really unbalanced when you are so busy giving and not really realizing your worth, that it's okay to accept whatever gift that is. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing, but things get very unbalanced if we are only on one side of the thing of always giving and not in receiving of it.
Yeah, and that brings me back to, so I was blessed to be able to do a dolphin therapy yesterday with this beautiful group of ladies, all of which have different healing roles in the world. And the common theme that comes up, especially with women with the dolphins, is they will come up on the breast. And the breast is a symbol of mothering and of mothering ourselves before we give to other people. And so, women specifically are famous for that. If you're a good mom, you sacrifice everything for your family. And, how many times have you heard about a new mom that hasn't showered in 3 weeks? It's like, that's ridiculous. Like
Yes.
you have to take care of yourself, or else you're running at 25% the whole time. And nobody wants 25% of you. If you're going to show up, you show up with all of your heart and all of what you are there to give. So that is a program that I think has been running for so long. And so we need to disconnect from that and deprogram that.
Well, here's a good example. You're on an airplane and it said, okay, if something happens, the oxygen mask falls down. Make sure you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, because how can you be of service? Say you have a young child with you, if you put the mask on them first and then you pass out. I know it's a crazy example, but it's a great way to look at it. And maybe we don't look at that in life, that we need to fill our own cups. It's not selfish. And for some reason, society has said, oh no, that's selfish if you look after you first. And, that's been centuries and centuries for whatever reason. So I really want to stress to the people, our viewers, basically our family, and thank you for being here with us, that fill your own cup first. And there is nothing selfish about that. That is actually honoring yourself. And when you honor yourself, then you can honor others. What do you think of that?
100%. Like self-care is not selfish. I read that somewhere. Must have been a meme that I saw, but
I
it
love it.
branded on my brain, right? Um, yeah, it's so true. And self-care can mean so many different things. Some people think it's going for a massage every week. It can simply be like sitting with a cup of cacao or your favorite tea and looking out over your garden, or just whatever it is, to take a moment that fills yourself up again, and take a moment to breathe and recenter and focus on yourself and say, you know what, you're doing great. Because we have to
Other
be
than
our
that, you're
own
good.
best cheerleader. Sorry to interrupt.
Hmm. Yes, definitely. Because then we run into huge burnout. We give so much energy out to the world, especially kind of being in the healing. It's not a business, being in the healing vibe. There's a lot that we give out. And a lot of times consciously, we don't know that. And it's not just in the healing community, just in general. And at times you just get so depleted and you don't know why. So you need to spend that time. And I say cocooning. I think we talked about that last time. Cocoon and just fill that cup back up without guilt, and know to honor yourself because you deserve it. You are the most important soul in the room to yourself. And again, that's not selfish. And some can look at that and go, well, that's selfish because I have my kids and they're number one, and my husband and my family, and I have to look after everybody. But you need to honor and look after yourself first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I agree. I agree. Preaching to the choir, sister.
Woo! Now, mind you, it took how many years to get here, and so
Yeah.
many lessons and so much burnout and nervous breakdowns and,
Oh, yeah.
all the
Yeah.
above.
Yeah. No, it's and the thing about, like, if we go back for a second to the energy healing stuff too, when I first started out doing energy healing, I felt like, you needed to help. And it's true. Like when you see someone suffering and you have the ability to help, and they want the help and need it, but maybe they can't afford to pay, well, then you can always work out some sort of a compromise. And there are times where you just step in service, and that is your gift that you give. But you need to always be aware of how often it is that you're giving that away. But then there are other times where the universe blesses you double, and so that allows you energetically to be able to have that balance and to give as well.
And balance is the key in life. We need balance. We need balance of all things. So, when I said initially about not only giving, but receiving. So, that would be a little project for our listeners, if you're not there already, practice receiving. And boy, if somebody gives me something, it took a long time. So say you gifted me something and I'm like, oh no, no, but I need to look for something because I got to give it back to you. So what I've done is I've actually dishonored you because there's so much joy and you gifted me that beautiful session for my birthday. That brought you so much joy. So had I looked around and said, "Oh my God, here's the pen. Here's a pen for you," that would have taken the joy from you.
Yeah.
So I am honoring you when you give to me. So I'm going to put it out to our listeners. Try it because I bet a lot of times as soon as somebody gives, oh no, you can't. No, you shouldn't. No,
Yeah.
stop there in silence. Take a deep breath and just say thank you and honor the giver.
Well, and to even because when we can't receive, that says that we don't think we're worthy to receive, right? So if you can't accept something, even as simple as a compliment, Diane, like how many times has somebody said, "Oh, do I ever love that shirt you're wearing? Oh, thanks, it was $5 at the secondhand store." Like instead of just saying thank you so much, that's and accepting the compliment and being proud and feeling good in what you're wearing. Like that's one example, but people always have to like minimize things and or like, oh, this old thing, or something like that. And it's like, just say thank you and receive that beautiful energy that they're putting towards you.
Yes, that's a great, great point because that happens so often. And is that a programming thing from a child? Probably,
Yeah.
programming on so many different levels. But
Or
yes, just thank you. Or
yeah.
they see something nice that you have, and maybe you worked your whole life to get it, and they say, "Oh, I really like, let's just say, I really like your car." Oh yeah, but I did this, I did this. Oh no, I did this. It's almost like I'm not worthy to have had something nice.
Yeah, to
And
justify
it
or
doesn't even,
something like that.
yeah. Or I
Mhm.
like your smile. Well, no, yeah. You don't have to justify that.
No. Oh gosh. Okay, the time goes quickly. We're trying to keep these down to 10, 15 minutes because we want everybody to just stay engaged, and so thank you again, my friend, for getting together. It feels like you're in the same room as me, even though we're countries apart.
I know it's the energy. And thank you. And I honor you. And I love you so much. Give you a big kiss
Back to
and a
everybody.
hug.
Yes. Hug and a kiss to everybody. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned. We're going to drip out some more little reels and see where everything goes. If you have any requests for topics, please bring them up. Send a private message, whatever. We're doing this differently than most of the social media ways. We're doing it. We're
We
putting a
are a little
Leanne and
different.
Diane exactly putting our stamp on it. So, okay,
That's
thanks
right.
for joining us, everybody.
Right. Okay,
Bye.
bye, guys.